grav jumps on this majestic
Be
and
advised,
then...
we're entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis. Aurora? Oh, yeah, me neither. Sounds fun, though. The collective's about opportunity. No hulking bureaucracies bossing you around. Living life how you want. Oh, sure. Take a look. Enjoy New Homestead.
New Homestead, eh? This place hasn't changed much since the 2100s.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Interesting. The last thing I expected to stumble across at this type of settlement is a museum. Might be worth a look around.
Careful, there are some dangerous areas around here that are not part of any tours.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
You people actually eat this stuff, huh? Maybe I should just try it and see what the big deal is.
I can't imagine living here. These people sure are hearty.
We're out of Chunk special sauce again. But trust me, the food's still great without it.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks.
Hello there. Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks. We've got all your Chunks favorites. Well, almost all of them. Sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know. But everything else is still that great Chunks food you know and love. So, what can I do for you? Oh, you had to go and ask the hard questions, huh? How can I pick just one? Chicken chunks, beef chunks, potato chunks, cheesesteak chunks, cheesecake chunks. You know what? I'm gonna cheat if you don't mind, and just say I love them all equally. You know I do. And what's not to love? It's delicious, nutritious, easy, fast, inexpensive. It sure makes my hungry belly sing for joy. My wife thinks I eat too much Chunks food, but I just can't help myself. It's so good. Well, people gotta eat, you know? But seriously, I think we're just starting to get with the times a little. And I can't think of a better restaurant than Chunks to usher that in. I think corporate just saw New Homestead as an untapped market. Yeah, the locals may not eat it, but the tourists love having a taste of home. If I'm completely honest, it is. The people are always saying how this Chunks can't compare to the real deal. And I just know it's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce. I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some, but they say they can't afford to send it, and I don't have a ship, so what am I to do? For real, good question. They haven't said, but I think it has something to do with them prioritizing other Chunks over mine. I guess it's made at a different facility than our other food, and they don't even want to pay the shipping cost to ship from another store to ours. Yeah, sometimes I get lucky and a cargo hauler passes through with a route that takes them near other Chunks and back again, but there's no guarantee. You bet it is. You may not hear people talk about it, but trust me, it's the secret ingredient. It's like the glue that holds it all together. I mean, not literally. I'm not saying it's glue or that our food falls apart. It's delightful. Tangy, savory, it's a little sweet, but not too sweet. And I've noticed that once people find out we don't have it, sometimes they don't return. It's the reason business isn't as good as other Chunks. Wait, for real? You do that? You're not pulling my leg? Oh, of course. Between what I've got personally and the petty cash, I'm sure I can get you what you deserve. So, I know of another Chunks that has a case of sauce ready to go for you. I actually cleared it with them just before you arrived. If you mention it to whoever's working the counter there, they'll hook you up. Bring it back here, and we'll be golden. Thanks. Things have never been better since this Chunks opened up. Sure. What delicious Chunks food can I get for you? Have a great day.
This colony's a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
You shouldn't have taken that from them.
Did you see those wind turbines out there? Wow.
What did we think of the tour?
Very informative. I didn't know about the methane harvesters before coming here.
The, Brown Horse Tavern, was it, huh? The food was better than I expected from a backwoods planet like this.
It has a quaint charm, doesn't it?
Just like the rest of New Homestead.
Well, I hope you'll come back and see us again sometime. And I hope you'll consider another Starsap tour. Tell your friends.
I will. Thanks again.
Excuse me, Bill. You've got to do a better job of keeping your tour groups out of trouble.
What do you mean?
That little boy almost wound up on my operating table. Claudio said he was playing with some of the machinery down by the mines and nearly got his arm stuck inside. It could have been ripped off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little troublemakers. I'll tell the guests to be more careful.
Damn right. You've got to do something, or else next time it happens, I'm billing you personally.
Yeesh. Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts. For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth? It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years. Yes, sirree, and that's not science fiction, it's science fact. There's a lot more history where that came from. So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like. Definitely check out the Brown Horse Tavern. Good food, great atmosphere. Avoid spending too much time outdoors. It's freezing out there. Any more than that, and well, I'd be giving away the tour for free. Why would I want a tour of New Homestead, he says. Well, let me tell you, New Homestead is living history. These people are direct descendants of some of the first settlers to leave Earth. If you've ever wanted to know what that early colonial life was like, this is your chance to embark on a fun-filled exhibition unlike any other. None taken. I get it all the time. If you think it sounds made up, well, that's because it is. I come from an eccentric family. Back in the early days of space travel, generations ago, my ancestors were really into science fiction. They wanted a name that seemed like it fit into the stories they grew up with, so they changed their last name, and the Starsap family name was born. Used to be Bramblefoot before that. Their ancestors liked a different type of fiction. Excellent! You won't regret it! My tours are one of a kind! Now, there's just the matter of price. The going rate for a genuine Starsap tour is only 100 credits. Well, 100 credits is very reasonable, I think. I assure you it wasn't intentional. I really should have been upfront about the price. I thought maybe you saw one of the flyers. Maybe I could do something for you. I'm not an unreasonable person, you know. Tell you what, I like you. This one's on the house, but if you enjoyed the tour, I'd really appreciate if you'd tell all your friends about me when it's done. So let's get this show on the road, eh?
I'm learning so much here. Everyone should visit at least once in their life.
Sorry for all the walking. Let me know if you need a minute. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I love giving these tours. I come from... They wanted a name. Used to be Bramble. I'll be here if you need anything.
We live a simple life on New Homestead, but make no mistake.
Having fun, I hope.
What can I do for you?
Have a good one.
You don't want to get hurt or sick around here. Dr. Lakota really doesn't care for tourists. Wish someone could convince her otherwise.
I still can't believe people actually live like this.
I'll drop by with it later, after I clean it up.
Wow. Thank you, Jay. I don't know what to say.
Don't worry about it. You just keep on.
Welcome to New Homestead.
If you take one of those stupid tours, make sure to follow the rules. They're for your own safety and my sanity. Great! Another tourist. Let me guess. You slipped on the ice and need a doctor to wrap your sprained ankle? They do, but they're also a terrible burden for a small colony doctor like myself. I have enough trouble treating our own people with the time and resources I have. I appreciate that you're trying to set me at ease, but that might as well be the same. Sorry for how I responded. It's not you, it's me. I'm just frustrated about all the non-native people I need to treat when our own still need help. Anyway, what can I do for you? Even though we don't have shiny new medical facilities, I imagine it's easier than wherever you're from. We have fewer people here, and we're very responsible when it comes to our personal health and welfare. So there's not much I can't handle. For anything else, we can get access to off-world specialists. Contrary to popular belief, we're not primitive. It's a harsh world, but as long as you're inside or wear a suit when going out, you'll be fine here. There's no breathable air on the surface, and you'll quickly freeze to death outside without protective gear, but otherwise the hazards are minimal. New Homestead was an early colony research base and has stood the test of time. It's safe, and it's proof that people can live pretty much anywhere. Don't worry so much. Okay, I'll take a look at you. Wow, did you get a little boo-boo? Come here, I'll treat it. Okay, let's get you patched up. Nice and easy. I think that's it. You'll feel much better by this time tomorrow. I don't. They make a mockery of New Homestead culture. And on top of it, they're reckless. It's like I said before, I feel like I'm treating them more often than our own people. The problem is that most of the tourists' injuries are from preventable accidents. Things our people know how to avoid. And often I have to take care of them first because they can't leave with their injuries, so I have to put off seeing my regular patients. So not only am I working extra hard for people who have little respect for me, it comes at the expense of our own. Actually, maybe there is. I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown, instead of myself. I've got a mountain of work and a reputation to maintain. So I bought a realistic monster costume. The plan was to wear it, scare tourists away, and start a rumor about terrible creatures living on Titan. I figure that once word gets around, tourism will take enough of a dive to give me some relief. Maybe, I'm not sure. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't have any other ideas. The tourism board flat out won't help me, and I don't have money in the budget to hire additional help. And you know these tourists will believe anything they see and hear. I think it's worth a shot. Worst case scenario, I'm back to square one. Oh, good. I was hoping not to have to do it myself, so I'm glad to have a volunteer. Here's the costume. I think this will work best on the surface, so just find a group and run up to them, acting like a convincing alien monster. With any luck, they'll run screaming and book the next flight out of here.
You picking a pocket or a fight?
I kind of want to try food from that Junk's place, but my papa says it's just a bunch of junk food for tourists. It's always so cold here.
Sure would be nice to get off world sometime.
Oh, if I'm have a good one.
trying to stay one step ahead of the Crimson Fleet. Like to keep my credits in my pocket and my guts in my body. The colonies were founded before humanity even left Earth. They're the link to where we all came from. At least, that's what they taught us in civics class. Alright, just let me get this all down.
Something?
All right, Jazz. What do you got?
According to the latest, the Comspike is being developed at UC Star Station SY-920. Location undisclosed.
Fantastic. So how do we disclose it?
We could lean on your smuggling contact. Call in that favor. You know who I mean.
Our friend on Jim's. Nice one, Jazz. I'll make the arrangements. All right, Rook. Next stop, New Atlantis. Your connection is Huan Daiyu. She's got most of the premium UC smuggling routes locked down tight. If you don't piss her off, she should be able to sneak you past SY-920's security.
Just remember to count your fingers after you shake hands with her.
Don't worry. We know how to deal with her type.
Definitely. We're talking cargo depots, star yards, research stations, and, like in SY-920's case, military outposts. I've never seen someone new to the game have so many contacts. It's the reason we let her join up in the first place. I don't know how she accomplished that. We've been trying to crack some of those places for years. You're in the fleet. You should always expect trouble. As far as Huan goes, even though she's one of our newer contacts, you shouldn't have any problems dealing with her. Good. It'll save you trouble if you can handle whatever she dishes out. Once Huan gets you past the guard dogs, it's gonna be on you to locate the Comspike. According to the data we have, it's in the prototype phase, meaning There should only be a single device aboard the station.
Basically, you break it, you bought it. We paid good money for the information, so I'm sure it works. And if it doesn't, a certain source at Mast is gonna have to deal with a very pissed off Naeva. And that would be the end of that. You just bring the tech here, I'll do the rest.
Oh, and one more thing. SY-920 is a UC military installation. That means it's guarded by heavily armed troops. And we both know those idiots don't mess around. If you intend to turn the place into a shooting gallery, you might want to be sure you're hauling an arsenal, because you're gonna need it. She's got the clout to get you in the front door. They're gonna think you're part of a regular supply delivery. Beyond that, you and Huan are gonna have to put your heads together and come up with a plan. Are you kidding? The UC's already painted giant red crosshairs on our backs. Keyway and his pals at SysDef won't rest until we're dead. It's not like you can make them any angrier at us, right? Shoot the place full of holes if you want. Just bring back that Comspike. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna arrange a meeting with Juan at Kay's place in the well. In the meantime, I'll make sure Jazz comes up with a solution to the electromagnetic atmosphere problem at Bannock 4.
Oh, okay. You'll make sure? More like, get drunk while Jazz does all the hard work. Typical.
Privileges of rank, my darling. We'll discuss it a little later. And you, get the hell out of here. And don't come back without that Comspike in your cargo bay. I'm gonna leave that up to you, Rook. If you get into deep trouble and you think bringing her into the fold is gonna make the difference, tell her whatever you want. At some point, Delgado's gonna be promising everyone their cut of Crix's legacy. If we want him to stick with the fleet, it's inevitable. But until the money's within reach, the less people that know, the better. The Crimson Fleet made contact with her about a year ago. We were searching for a smuggling connection in UC space, and her name kept popping up repeatedly, so I decided to put her to the test. Not only did she pass, but the results were off the charts. Made us both a ton of credits. That was good enough for me. Beyond that, I don't know much about her. But hey, as long as she keeps my gal bank account humming, she can keep all the secrets she wants. Stay sharp, Rook.
Here to upgrade that ship of yours? You mean way back then? Before the tech was available to create something like the Comspike? That's a good question. I suppose he might have been able to acquire the actual transponder cipher from someone within Galbank. Unfortunately for us, I'd bet a bottle of Bog's finest that those records are buried somewhere out of our reach. Assuming the technology works, it's a skeleton key for signal encryption. If what they say is true, ratchet encryption, signal protocol, frequency shuffling, even quantum state keys can be hacked. Now, I doubt it does all that, but it should be enough to crack the CBR-27 transponder that Galbank installed on the Legacy. No, but just remember, I don't work for free. All right, let's see what you need. Ship services? You need it, I've got it. Sure. It's not like I'm busy keeping this rust bucket of a station from falling apart. Yeah, you banged it up pretty good. We'll take care of it. Catch you later.
In the fleet, you either put up, shut up, or die. Your choice. Been hearing some stuff about the Mantis being back.
Captain on deck.
I'm doing an old history of Constellation's most decorated members. It's just me repeating your name into a data slate for 5 hours.
You look well.
If you want to stay under the radar, I've got just the thing.
Painful memories or not, it's good to be home.
So, what's the point?
Take it you're Naeva's new recruit? Ah, you must not be used to pirates being so cordial. But in the heart of New Atlantis, we have to do our best to keep up appearances. I can't afford to be as rough as some of our cohorts. It's bad for business. Careful, the walls have ears. SY-920 is one of my regular stops, so I already have the necessary approvals. Naeva says you're after a piece of UC tech. So to get it, we're going to need to get you on board. I can do that, but I have conditions. Huh. Naeva warned me you were difficult. Clearly I didn't understand what she meant, but I do now. If I can be candid, for this job to work, we'll have to do this my way. We take my ship, and you're a member of my crew. But make no mistake, once you board, the risk is entirely yours. This route is highly lucrative, and sacrificing it is not an option. Look, I know I don't have a lot of history with the fleet, but I'm putting my reputation and ship on the line for these. That alone should tell you enough. It's not personal. If you're caught, that entire installation will be on you. There's nothing I can do for you at that point, except send flowers to your next of kin.
There's more at stake than just your route. We're determined to get on that station, with or without your help.
I realize this is important to Delgado. I also know he would just as soon kill me to get what he's after. I'm simply setting boundaries to help protect my interests, while still serving Delgado's. In any case, when you're ready, meet me at my ship. It's the Jade Swan. And make sure you're prepared for the long haul. Once you're on board SY-920, you can't come and go as you please. I'd like to, but I need to keep a low profile. In my experience, the more people know about you, the more they have over you. Famous last words. But you do this job right, and who knows what the future holds. Anyways, I appreciate the small talk. Delgado's crew aren't usually so chatty. But let's keep our focus on the mission. We can swap bar stories and share scars when we've got enough creds to buy the bar and fix the scars. Enough to be on the first name basis with the Marines working the comms. It also helps they want us to dock. A cargo ship means supplies, special requests, slates from home. In the void of space, a cargo hauler is a soldier's best friend. Only what I've been told. Get you on the SY-920, get you out if I can. That being said, I can be a better guide if I know what it is we're after. So, it's up to you. Fine by me. If this goes bad, the less I know, the better. And if I do get caught, there'll be nothing to confess to. We'll talk more on the ship.
through the checkpoint. You will be scanned as you enter the...
Was fun. Now what?
Glad you're in the fleet. Yes. If you weren't, I would have killed you already.
I wish
Always
all
looking
of
for
our
the next
moments
mom.
together could last forever.
Hey,
Excuse me.
Howdy.
All right, a few things to note. When we get to the checkpoint, UC military will be hailing us. Let me do the talking. Pretend you're a piece of cargo if you have to. Of course, I don't expect it to be.
Rest assured, Delgado put us on this job for a reason. We're professionals.
Well, that might say more about the rest of his goons than it does you, but point taken. Now, like I said before, once we take off, there's no turning back until this job is done. If you need to take care of anything before we leave, do it. If you want to ask me any other questions, go for it.
Yes.
All right, then get comfortable. We leave for SY-920 immediately.
All crew prepare for takeoff.
Routing power to engine and grab drive. All systems go.
We'll graph jump the SY-920 from here. Don't worry about your personal ship. The fleet will make sure it's secure. You can take this time to prepare. Just try not to bother my pilot while they're flying.
Don't worry, Captain. I've spent half my life walking and chewing gum at the same time. I can handle a little banter.
Sounds like you're putting in a request for double duty.
Captain, I retract my earlier statement. For the record, I don't even like gum.
Noted. Just get us there safe.
Roger that.
This is Captain Huan Daiyu, cargo class ship ID UC-7938, requesting permission to dock.
Identity confirmed. Prepare your ship for scanning. You're cleared to dock at docking bay 2.
Looks like we're clear. We'll talk more once we're docked. Okay, we're in. First things first. The station is enormous, with checkpoints everywhere. To get past them, you'll need a military uniform. And to get a uniform, you'll need to get to the barracks. There should be a way through the vents. You can get to them via the maintenance store downstairs. There's an intercom there as well, where we can make contact. Once you get a uniform, it should be fairly easy to find an elevator to the command bay. But if at any point your cover's blown, I'm gone. Provided you haven't sounded the alarm, then yeah, like I said, if you can find an intercom, I'll keep a channel open. This is a star station, so there are plenty of ventilation ducts you can slither into. As far as tactics go, it's an oldie, but goodie. I would hope not. But if they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, for now, get on that station and find that intercom. We'll talk more then.
Hello?
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
It might not be Jemison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
You with the Jade Swan? Loading and unloading only. Stay clear of the military barracks. Cargo haulers are restricted to the cargo bay.
What's the serial number on that shipment we got yesterday?
Hold up. This area is for SY-920 military only. The contents and operations of the facility are classified. Only uniformed personnel are allowed beyond the checkpoint. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. Well, if you're quick about it, I suppose no one will notice. Sorry, but at SY-920, we take security seriously. Maybe so, but that's irrelevant. Sorry, no uniform, no entry. SY-920 military only beyond this point. Yeah, you do that.
Watch it. Marines don't like it when you lollygag.
Hold up. This area is for SY-920 military only. Rules are rules. Can't let you in unless you're military. I suppose if you're quick. Commander Natara would notice, and then she'd have my head. Maybe if you do it quickly. Well, if you're quick about it, I suppose no one will notice. I suppose it's not that big of a deal. There's another checkpoint by the elevators anyway. Well, maybe if you hurry. It is just the barracks. All right, fine. You're good. Just be quick about it. That goes for your friend, too.
Understood. Will only be a moment.
Things were a little too loose under Commander Woods.
Hey. Authorized personnel only. Only designated SY-920 UC military allowed. You're not even in uniform. rules haven't changed. Authorized personnel only. No exceptions. Access to the command bay is limited to SY-920 military only. No unauthorized personnel, no exceptions. Right. If you were Admiral Pasquale Logan, then yeah, I would wave you on through. But unless you left your chest candy on your other uniform, you're about 10 medals short of Admiral.
Another day, another patrol.
Can you do me a favor and bring that plate over to the guard and cargo bay too?
I didn't sign on for these kind of illegal shenanigans.
There's rumors Commander Natara was brought on to investigate.
State your business. Logging Ensign level clearance. Go on ahead. Your friend there have the same clearance?
Our commanding officer sent us both, so yes.
Then you're both good to go.
What's happening, darling? Glad to haul whatever you need. Don't stay away too long. If something's on your mind, have something for me? Stay safe, darling. When you are, Captain.
Captain Huan Daiyu. Good. And no alarms or warnings on the comms. Music to my ears. If you found a uniform, be sure to put it on. They'll provide some cover. Don't know what you're after, but I'm guessing there'll be another checkpoint. This far down, you might need a clearance code.
Plenty of options, to be sure. We just need to choose the one that plays to our strengths.
Right. If you know yourself, you'll know the best path forward. If the two of you plan on using a disguise, try the security office. Otherwise, there's always a way around. Going dark for now. We'll talk again once you've located your target.
Need your clearance code, Marine. I'll say. You might want to track down your commanding officer and have him clarify your post. Maybe they'll draw you a map.
Find anything useful on there?
Acting up again. Not gonna forget that fight anytime soon.
Need your clearance code, Marine. All right, Ensign, let's hear it. You're clear, Ensign Akasaka. I assume the two of you are together?
We're from the same unit, yes?
Then you're both clear.
Test flights for the latest prototypes are ready to go.
Acknowledged, Lieutenant. Inform them they are clear to launch.
I don't recognize your face, Ensign. Are you new?
Area still secure.
Not to change the subject, but are we concerned about potential leaks?
No. Until you can provide more substantial proof, we'll simply monitor the situation at the cargo bay. For now, I've recommended to Dr. Vogel to contact me immediately if he identifies any suspicious.
Let me know when you're ready to launch.
Daiyu here. Cargo's almost unloaded. We'll be departing shortly. It's nothing you've done. You've managed to get through the entire station without raising a single alarm. But the longer I stick around, the more people ask questions. And that's before they find out what you've been up to. Sorry, but the situation calls for it. That being said, I can stay in orbit for a short while. I'll need to send word to Delgado anyway, if you don't get off that station. But it looks like you'll need to find your own way off the ship. That doesn't mean you're trapped. On a station this big, there are bound to be other vessels you can steal. As a member of the Crimson Fleet, I trust you can handle that. I don't know what you're after, but my guess is you're looking for a scientist. It might even help if you pick up a lab coat and use it to blend in. You've made it this far without engaging in combat. I trust you'll have no issues moving further. It was an honor to work with a true professional. Good luck. If you make it out alive, next time you're at the Nova, I'll buy you a drink.
Intercepting transponder data in the Alpha system might be promising. According to autocorrelation models, results in risk increased by a magnitude of 2. But we won't tell Commander Natar. Wait, who are you? Why are you in here? Did you not see the sign? The sign outside that says no visitors. Wait, did they not put that up? I requested it ages ago, but not surprising. Ever since Commander Natara took over, the priorities have changed. Oh yes, I've been studying decryption of all types for quite a long time. Probably since before you took your first crab jump. Signal protocol, quantum ratchet symmetry, interleaving data extrapolation. You name it, I've lectured on it. I've probably forgotten half of it, but I definitely knew it once. Don't you mean access to the ship? Because the Comspike isn't a device, it's a module. It's attached to a prototype in one of our docking ports. We're still in the testing phase, running decryptions across a variety of signal types, but the results so far have been very promising. It can even interpolate signal data lost in the retrieval. It really is a wondrous technology. Well, yes. In the same way the Almagist is a book on constellations and a supernova is an explosion in space. The greatest scientific minds the UC has to offer did not congregate to this station to build just a module. The brightest engineers in the settled systems did not get transferred to this station to build just a module.
In a top-secret facility, I'd expect nothing less than cutting-edge tech. The only question is, does it work?
Well, I can tell you right now, it does work. In theory, anyway. Yes, it's not quite cracking the Enigma code, but it will give us a significant tactical advantage. We'll be able to infer everything from battle plans to meal consumption. Not that we'd care about that sort of thing. Outside of the effects of diet on combat readiness. And yes, there are certain kinks to be worked out, missing parts and the occasional traumatic injury here and there, but it's all part of the adventure. Yes, it's not the destination, but the journey that matters. Particularly when the destination is death. But don't worry. We've corrected the problem with the ship's life support systems, and statistical models show a failure rate of less than 2%. In short, I've requested a full squadron of these brave and fearless Marines to be transferred to the station. They'll give the prototype a final run, and provided there are minimal casualties, we can present our findings to Mast. Splendid. That was fast. I thought I put in the request this morning. Normally my requests aren't given this much attention, let alone haste. It seems a tad suspicious. I see. It would have been nice if they kept me in the loop. I am the project lead, after all. You're right. We do need to hurry if we're going to have this module ready in time. All right, you've convinced me. You're the new test pilot. You'll need a uniform and a terminal password to authorize a flight and get past Nataro's cumbersome checkpoints. The uniform you can get in the locker room area, the password you get from me. You'll find the prototype ship at Docking Bay 8. Use the password to access the flight terminals in the control center. And of course, best of luck. You are doing science a great service by undertaking this sacrifice.
asked to tighten security on the station. Orders are orders.
Fun? Now what?
Prototype ship, you are not cleared for takeoff. What's going on over there?
Unauthorized launch from engineering. All ships, secure the prototype.
Got him, boss. On him.
Prototype ship, you are not cleared for takeoff. What's going on over there?
Unauthorized launch from engineering. All ships, secure the prototype.
I have visual. Safety.
Vessel ID recognized. Welcome home to the Keep.
Well. Welcome back, Rook. Looks like you got a new toy for me. Go on in and give everyone a look.
You see SysDef as a joke. They haven't caught us yet.
We'll secure that ship for you.
That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to tinker with it.
Head on in. We'll take the ship to another port, so Jazz can have a look.
That's a real nice ship you brought in. I can't wait to tinker with it.
Your previous ship's being brought back to the dock.
So there I am. You see security on my
I'd be lying if I told you I was comfortable setting foot on this station.
my weapons like I like my coffee. Scalding.
Need to have Aludra take a look at this kinetic. Recoil is off.
Nice to know Naeva was right about you. It's good to have a promising rookie with the fleet. Surprise? Naeva talks tough, and frankly, she is tough. But she's not a machine. Now you're starting to sound like a real pirate. Anyway, I believe I owe you a drink. It's the last time I'm paying, of course. Because if Delgado's right about Crix's legacy, you've earned more than your fair share already with that Comspike. Yeah, although I get why you didn't give me the details. If I had known this was about the legacy, I might have asked for a bigger cut. You read my mind. I don't like the thought of putting my routes in jeopardy over an old story. But I respect Delgado, and I believe he's on to something. What that is, though, remains to be seen.
Discovering Crix's legacy would solve one of the settled system's great mysteries. Oh, I'm as curious and excited as anyone to see what we'll find.
Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Now that you've had your drink, and my debt is paid, it's time for you to give Delgado the good news.
We may not have official security on
Where? Visiting with the Crimson Fleet, eh? Always a pleasure.
Jasmine tells me that you not only brought us the Comspike, but an entire prototype UC ship. I'm impressed, Rook. Very impressed.
Don't worry your pretty little head about your damn ship. We had it brought back here safe and sound. Now pay attention. Dale went out of his way to tell you how impressed he was. You just gonna leave him hanging like that? Should have taken the compliment, Rook. Dale doesn't give those out often. Huan gave us the full rundown of your little smash and grab operation. She gave you some really high praise. Said you were a pro.
And from what I hear, receiving praise from Juan Daiyu is quite an accomplishment. All in all, a job well done. Now, on to the business at hand. Jasmine, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, boss. What's up?
How's it going?
I already have 2 of my crew tearing the ship apart from one end to the other. Comspike shouldn't be too tough to extract. I'm looking forward to seeing what those UC techs have been up to.
Keep me posted. All right, that leaves our electromagnetic atmosphere problem. And I think we've discovered a solution. There's a corporation in the city of Neon called Generdyne. They're responsible for the massive conduction grid that powers the city. We get our hands on their electrical absorption tech, and Jasmine swears she can tame it to handle Bannock 4. It's all we got. Now you are part of this job, so deal with it. Besides, I've learned never to question Jasmine's talent. It's the giant shroud that covers the entire city. Big ugly thing that Generdyne uses to absorb lightning strikes. When you arrive in Neon, I'm sure your contact will fill you in with all the boring details.
Hey, my girl can piece together a jump engine with her eyes shut. Literally, I've seen her do it. So, cut the crap. The only thing you need to worry about is bringing the tech home.
All right. Infighting isn't going to get us to the Legacy any faster, Naeva. Now, why don't you give us the info on our Neon contact?
You get to meet up with the lovely Estelle Vincent. She's had her deft little fingers on the pulse of Neon for some time now. Whatever info you need, I guarantee she can get.
Estelle is one of the most reliable captains we have in the fleet. If I want something done, there's none of the typical bullshit. It gets done, and afterward we all split the cash. You'll find I rarely imply things. In fact, I take pleasure in declaring my words straight to your goddamn face. Here is an example. I want you to do everything Estelle asks. Follow her instructions to the letter. She is valuable to the fleet. You piss her off and we lose her as a contact, you're going to be answering to me.
Understood. We'll do our best to remain on her good side.
Never mind her good side. You'd be better off appealing to her bank account. That is what drives her.
Estelle will be waiting at Madame Sauvage's place. I'd say don't keep her waiting, but chances are she won't mind. Girl loves her liquor.
And keep your eyes on the prize. Neon's one big distraction for people like us, so I want you focused. We are one step away from Crix's legacy, and we cannot afford any screw-ups.
This is the life, right?
Are you looking to start something? 'Cause I'll finish it.
Looking to make a deal? Trade Authority, take... I hope you're not low on credits. Your credits are always good at the Trade Authority.
like the smell of a dead shark after you cook him with an energy blast.
It's good.
Where are we going? What are we doing? What's next for me and you? Another successful jump! No distance is too far for you, Captain.
I sure could use your help. We're dead in the water here.
Your raptors are as majestic as a man.
Tell me something. How much coffee do you drink in a day?
Everything looks clear. It's tough not seeing any action. But securing a station like this is a pretty important duty.
Remember to turn in any
Do you have
evidence
anything to
fragments you
report?
find.
It seems you had quite the eventful mission on your hands. You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process. As you've probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark. Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier. But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
Starting a firefight on SY-920 would have been an inappropriate course of action. We favored the quiet approach.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the Comspike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report. With the acquisition of the Comspike, the fleet is one step closer to Crix's legacy. And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the Comspike. That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing, but at the moment, I'm far more concerned about the Comspike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem? Bannock 4 is an EM-class gas giant. Your ship will need special protection to ensure the electromagnetic disturbances in the planet's atmosphere don't fry your circuits. conduction grid?
That's brilliant. But is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
If that's the case, inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors. They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake. The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies, of course. It was the riot at the lock, touched off by Jasper Crix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk. It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
Everything looks clear.
guy who contacted the job.
Welcome, off-worlder. To Homestead.
Welcome to the Hotel Voli. Yep. I've got an open room for you. Are you planning on an extended stay or just one night? I love to hear it. Let me know if you need anything.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the hotel.
Damn it. Do we have to get up already? Any troubles you need to share? I'll be right here.
Welcome, off-worlder, to the Hotel Voli.
Absolutely.
That side's a bad place for tourists these days.
Sauvages. Nice.
You looking to get zoned? Yeah, you know, dusted, blazed, frosted, high. If you weren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want? Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously. Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult. And I'm getting tired of the fleet not taking me seriously. I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Daiyu off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech. That's the way it's gonna be, huh? Fine. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly. Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable. Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city. I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city. Love the confidence, but before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it. The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take. As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked. That's because you're planning it for me as a favor. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own. Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest. Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it. And I suppose you're gonna head down to Generdyne and kick down the door? Wow, it's so simple. I can't believe I didn't think of that myself. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place. You should be asking what won't you need it for. The facility is closed to the general public, and they keep all of their important files encrypted. Not to mention the fact that there's gonna be all sorts of nasty security inside you're gonna want to bypass. Ryujin Cloud doesn't mean shit at Generdyne, so you're gonna have to deal with Komiko and potentially her boyfriend, Benjamin Daiyu. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate. Pretty laid-back club over in Ebside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Daiyu takes a cut of the profits, of course. The rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why. Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Daiyu. But rumor has it that she's just using Daiyu and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants. Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give the moron a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up Benjamin Daiyu stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight. Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years. It's that hideous canopy over the center of the city that keeps the rich folks dry. Some folks around here call it the Span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a modern art piece gone haywire. You can't miss it. Just poke your head outside and look up. Oh, no. They'll be just fine. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit? Not a single one. In fact, there are no legal alternatives for anything in this godforsaken city. The only thing people can do is deal with the bullshit and try to get on with their miserable lives. But let's get back to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all its delicious profit? Ooh, not even close. The answer you were looking for isn't another corporation. It's a person. It's good old Benny Daiyu. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Daiyu got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that. Just grab that tech and plant the virus. Should be a cinch.
Love the vibe in this city. Velocity's such a grab rush. Diostado's my dad's name, and his dad before him. I used to go by Trey, but
When the old man passed, I decided to do him a solid and wear the name without the neck. Even back on Sol, my ancestors were island people. And Volii Alpha being an ocean world, I feel their spirits with me. I'm a free spirit, yo. A wanderer. I go wherever the wave takes me. But if there's two places I vibe with most, it's the bars and the market. Aurora's my mistress, but fashion's my heart, so I'm always checking in on the latest trends. When I was a kid, my parents used to dress me in these old man sweatsuits because it was all we could afford. But even then, my sense of style was always there, deep in the marrow, you know? It got so bad I started cutting up my clothes to make my own. When I finally could afford some new threads, it was like meeting my soulmate in person after a decade of loving her from afar. Think so? I know people say the trends here are manufactured. Just more megacorp, technorati bullshit putting commercials in the sky. But the corps can put up 1,000 billboards and they still won't define what lights up the street. We do. All love.